An Action News Jax investigation has uncovered the people hired to keep local children safe are quitting at an alarming rate. The Department of Children and Families launches thousands of investigations into child abuse, neglect, and abandonment every month here in Northeast Florida. Action News Jax investigator Jenna Bourne spent 2 months questioning the agency about understaffing. Jenna, dozens of local investigators have resigned this year.
Let me show you how much DCF is struggling to retain its child protective investigators. This graph shows retention. You can see it has gone down 20% over the past 2 years, and that could be putting our community's most vulnerable kids in danger. 5-year-old Zykeria Robinson had adult bite marks on her body. Police say she was beaten to death. Inside this purple house in Orange Park, police say a 13-year-old boy was chained to furniture, zip-tied, and locked up for days without food. These are the children DCF child protective investigators are supposed to keep safe.
They do have a high turnover rate. Everybody just can't handle that job. It's tough.
Janelle Boyce is one of 50 Northeast Florida child protective investigators to resign so far this year. Boyce tells me seeing kids in terrible situations, long hours, being on call overnight, and chronic understaffing were hard on her and her own family.
The hours, it's too much. It's too much. And with all the people that they don't have, it puts a lot on the people that's there. You know, you're picking up more cases.
So what's happening with those children?
As CEO of Safe Haven, Kathy Swafford tells me she helps kids who fall through the cracks at DCF. She worries the wave of resignations is causing the children those investigators were supposed to protect to get overlooked.
It's very concerning because it does put our children at more risk than what they already are.
I asked DCF for the resignation letters written by each child protective investigator that left their job in Northeast Florida this year. Boyce's letter says personal matters and the stress of the job is not beneficial to assisting families and child safety.
I really did not want to have the weight on my shoulders if I made a mistake when it came to a child's safety.
Several resignation letters were positive. One says it's been a wonderful experience to work for such a great department. It took DCF 3 weeks to explain why this scathing resignation letter was missing from the public records they sent me. A source who used to work for DCF sent me the letter, which says, "I would like to believe that finding ourselves in this position where we are half-staffed and desperately trying not to break Florida statute is the product of circumstance and not gross mismanagement. I don't know if I can." An agency spokesperson says the letter was missing because at the time of my request, this one was still being processed. DCF would not sit down for an interview, but emailed me some information about what they're doing to recruit new child protective investigators. The agency spokesperson says it hires dozens of college graduates who interned with the agency, has recruiters in each region, and trains new investigators so they know what they're getting into. DCF also says caseloads for each investigator have declined in the Northeast region from 13.4 in October 2018 to 9.8 in July 2019.
I stick by the decision that I made.
Janelle Boyce doesn't worry about caseloads anymore. She has a new job.
Well, right now, I'm actually working at Walmart doing the online grocery shopping, and I love it.
And she says she's making just 50 cents an hour less than DCF paid her to investigate child abuse. DCF tells me by the end of August, more than 30 investigators who've been training or who've been on reduced caseloads because they're new will be part of the full rotation in Duval County. Reporting live in the studio, Jenna Bourne, CBS 47, Action News Jax.